Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to show you how I maintain my eyebrows, keep them somewhat under control, and how I fill them in. I used to go and get my eyebrows threaded all the time, but it just became really time consuming and it became like a chore, and I like dreaded going to the mall and like waiting. So I've just been doing my brows myself now for a long time. I can't even remember the last time I got my eyebrows threaded, which means it's been forever. So I have seen lots of requests for an updated brow tutorial, so I wanted to get this up for you guys. I hope to get another video or two up before I leave on Friday, but I do have a bajillion things to do. But fingers crossed I get videos up. Let's just jump into the video, shall we? So these are my natural brows, no product in them or anything, and this is pretty much their natural color. I do lighten them. I will link a video in the bottom bar if you guys want to see how I lighten my eyebrows, and nothing has changed with that, so I figured I would skip that in this video. But this is their natural color that they usually are. They're really, really dark, and the reason that I do lighten them is because I do fill them in, and sometimes it's really hard to fill in your brows if you have dark brows, so that is the reason that I personally lighten them. If you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim my brow hairs because they get a little long and they get a little obnoxious. So I know that a lot of people say that you should comb down when you trim your brow hairs, but I just find it way easier to comb them upwards. So that's what we're doing, and as you can see, my little hairs are like out of control. And then with your scissors, I'm just going to trim above. I'm not going to go down here in the brow. I'm going to stay up here because I don't want to trim them too short, because if you do, that can sometimes create like gaps in your eyebrows. So I'm just going to stay up here, just kind of knocking the hairs down a little bit. I know that I do the mean face, but you shouldn't. And we're just going to stay above, just trimming the hairs a little bit. Brush it out. This next step I do every couple of weeks or so when I just feel like it's necessary. I do thin my brows out a little bit, and the reason that I do this, I'm like talking with scissors, I'm like poke myself in the eye or something. The reason that I do this personally is because I have really thick natural brows. They get really, really bushy, and I just like to thin them out sometimes because I feel like it just makes them look better. So I get these little kits from like Walgreens, Target, Walmart, Sally's. Like they all have like little brow grooming sets, and they come with these little combs that you can stick in your brow. Can't even get it together. Pick up some hair, get it in there, and you want to make sure not to, you know, clip this hair. You want to just stay over here. So I kind of just fan the hair out a little bit, and then just kind of thin them out because they get really long. But you want to just do this in like small little steps. You don't want to come in and just like hack, because that can sometimes create like a gap right here in your eyebrow. Believe me, I have done it. I get carried away sometimes thinning them up. So if you are new to this, you just want to take your time, just cut a little bit of hair at a time, go back, check your brow, make sure, you know, it doesn't look like you're missing too much hair. I mainly like to thin them out, you know, at the front of the brow, and then just right here in the middle because it gets really thick. And then to remove any unwanted hair, I use the Anastasia Pro Wax Kit. Oh, I can't get this bag open. Hey, you have scissors right in front of you. Why don't you use the scissors? The little kit comes with pretty much everything you need. It comes with little muslin strips, it comes with little sticks to apply the wax, and then it just comes with this cute little mini wax container. And all you do is heat this bad boy up in the microwave for about 70 to 80 seconds. And then when you pull it out, you just want to make sure that you test it on your wrist first so that it isn't hot to where it's going to like burn your skin off, because that sucks. I'm going to actually test mine and see if it's too hot, so you can just make sure it's not too hot, and mine isn't. It's nice and sticky. Grab a little bit of wax, and you want to apply a thin layer to the underneath portion of your brow. I'm just trying to smother those hairs that I want removed. So then you just want to take this boy, and you just want to push him really hard onto the wax. So you put the wax on in the direction that your hair grows, and then when it's time to rip it off, you're gonna rip it off the opposite way. So we're just gonna grab this end piece and crank it. Ooh. And your skin will turn a little bit red, but that's okay. It doesn't really hurt at all. And then to get any of the excess, I just use some facial oil. So you can use whatever oil that you want. It just helps remove the wax. Really easy. Rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it. And if you pull your skin taut, like tight, it will ease your pain. Oh. So here they are, all nice and cleaned up. Now you can do the tops of your brows too if you feel that that's necessary, but I try not to touch the tops of the brows because that's where you can kind of mess up your shape. Also, if you've never gotten your eyebrows done, I suggest going and getting them done the first time. So you have your base shape laid down, and then that way you can just maintain them easily. So now I'm going to show you guys how I fill in my brows. So the first thing that I do is I use my Brow Bar To Go from Whitening Lightning. I tried to find a newer one for you guys because mine is just so beat up looking. But I use this wax right here to pin everything down. I feel like it does such a good job at just laying my brows flat down, especially when I haven't trimmed them up in a while. It just helps so much. I use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Brunette to just outline the bottom of my brow. And just follow my last brow hairs. Like so. And then I still use the Brunette, and I come up here and draw my arch, connecting it to this back part. And I always go back and just keep brushing and brushing because sometimes a hair will be out of place and you think you need to fill it in, but you don't. You just need to comb those babies. And when you turn your head to the side and kind of look down, it kind of helps you with your arch even more. Well, it does for me. Then I just take another Brow Wiz. This is just in the color Soft Brown. And I just come up here to fill in this front part. But I don't take it all the way to the front. I'm kind of just filling in this middle section. Again, we're going to go in and brush. And then lastly, I take my Brow Bar To Go and any kind of eyebrow pencil that you may have. I just kind of mix the two together for the front of my brow, picking up a little more of the lighter tone and just coming in here with a sideways brush and filling in this front part. And then flick upwards. And then of course, we're gonna brush them out. Voila! The spoolie really helps to make everything appear more natural and not so super drawn in. These brows I wouldn't necessarily wear with the makeup that I have on right now. When I have a more bold brow, I usually accompany it with a full face of makeup, and if I just have my makeup done like this, I probably wouldn't even bother filling in my brows because sometimes it could be a little harsh having, you know, no liner, no lashes, just my natural lashes. It could be a little harsh, but this is the makeup that I had on today, and I wanted to film this brow tutorial. And then last but not least, I always set them with some kind of brow gel just to help the product stay on all day and of course keep all my brow hairs in place. Because if you guys remember from my favorites video that I talked about it, I have brow hairs that like to fall down and be sad brows. And this also helps to fill in if there's like any gaps or anything because this is a tinted gel. So it adds a little bit of color. And those are my brows. That is how I maintain my eyebrows and how I fill them in. I hope that I was easy to understand. I am sorry, I just have a million things on my mind, so hopefully we got the gist of it though, right? I don't think I have anything else to say except I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. And I like to say, brows, I don't even remember the saying now. Brows are supposed to be sisters, not cousins. Brows are supposed to be cousins, not sisters. I don't even remember, let me just shut up.